Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Osikoya Speaks. Of course, I'm your host. Deola might be the host today, but yeah, I'm your host, Wonu Osikoya, and where I'm gonna be talking to. Okay, I always say this, but like, I'm actually going to be talking to one of my favorite people in the world.
Oh, shucks. Stop. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you a short story before we get into everything. So, I met Deola like 3 years ago, if I'm correct, 3 years ago, and since then he has just always been kind of like a mentor.
Oh my God.
He's always been kind of like a mentor and a like. He's always just that person. Once I have any stupid idea in my head, like, and it's so crazy because Deola will never discard your idea. As I have any stupid idea in my head like this, I'm calling Deola. I'm literally calling him before I'm calling any other creative in his life. I'm calling him, I'm telling him, oh, Deola, this was going on, this was in my head. He said, do it like this, do it like this. And to be fair, Deola is one of the reasons why Osikoya Speaks actually exists. But let's not talk about that. So I'm going to be talking to Adeola Jaiyesimi, music executive.
I hate that term, but
Twitter troll at night.
I do enjoy that actually. Yeah.
Music exec in the morning, in the day, Twitter troll at night. So how does that feel?
It feels good though, because there's a lot of things on my chest, a lot of things happening in this industry that I have to let out. It has my actual account. But now that, I'm advancing, I've opened a burner account.
Are you serious?
I
need to follow your burner. I know, it's so annoying.
But I do that on my burner accounts. But yeah.
Nah, I feel that one day, that thing happened with the new Gen boys.
Ooh.
I didn't quote it. I tweeted, I called all of them out.
Don't worry.
Normally I'll be like, oh, my bosses are going to see this, but bro, I was not having it.
Fine. I do have those moments actually. You have to let some things off your chest. But yeah, good to be here, my G.
Thank you so much for coming. Good to be here. So let's kind of get into what you're listening to. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What's going on in your life right now?
What am I listening to? Fireboy's album is out, so I haven't really listened. So I just started listening to it yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm still listening to it, and I've seen all the reviews and stuff, but
What have you been seeing?
I don't know. That's good. Actually, I've seen mixed reviews.
Okay.
So people are like, oh, it's not as good as the previous two.
Yeah.
It seems like an experiment, blah blah blah. But I haven't formed my own opinion yet. I'm still digesting. Yeah. So far so good and stuff. Magics. So I'm one of the few
magicians.
I feel like everybody thinks I'm mad when I say I love magics. I think like he has.
And it's just so crazy to me.
I think our boy has a lot of potential.
He's such an amazing vocalist, though.
Yes, and it's probably like people are not seeing it yet. Maybe you have like a Crayon story. Ooh. I mean, Crayon has been at this for like 4 or 5 years now.
Since Rema now.
Yeah, he came at the same time as Rema, but now is when he's getting his credit. So I think that's going to happen to Magix. Maybe 2 years from now, that's when everybody will wake up to.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, I don't think I should be saying this, but yeah, at the end of it, I'm going to say it anyways. I feel like the thing is, the Mavens are just not really branding. They're trying to roll out the artists the same way, and what works for A will not work for B at the end of the day. Yeah. And I just think, like, for a company such as the Mavens, they should know that.
Yeah, you actually have a point, because it's like a template now. It's okay, this is how we break out and stuff. It happens. I mean, I guess they're trying to, they have maybe KPI. Maybe they're trying to roll out, like,
not KPI
and stuff. But I mean, I think eventually he'll get his flowers.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
So yeah, his EP that I dropped, I really love it. I think there are some really good songs
Big
there.
enjoyment. I don't like that song.
If you say so.
No.
If you say so. So yeah, that's pretty much watching. All or Nothing, Arsenal documentary. It's on Amazon Prime. It just came out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm watching that. That's mainly what I'm watching now. Funny enough, I started watching Power from the beginning.
I love Power so much.
I don't know why. I just decided to start watching from season 1.
Did you register for Showmax?
No, I do no such thing. I don't
so why are you watching Power?
Power. It's not Showmax, no. It's Stars.
It's on Showmax. Yeah. I know, it's so crazy.
I think that's the only reason why. Because I'm watching it on Stars on their direct websites.
Oh, right. Don't you have to pay for that?
Yeah, no.
The one is long. Believe whenever you see it.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm watching and stuff. So, but my life generally, it's work now. we're in the
Candidates,
streets.
they hustle.
They
That's why
hustle.
hungry.
Everybody's asking for a bag,
A bag or two.
a bag or two, So yeah, we're just trying
I'll
to,
still probably
yeah,
like introduce Adeola, what he does, and
yeah.
why
So
he's
yeah,
here.
pretty much that's it. That's
Okay, that's fair. So, Adeola has kind of, well, in like from what I've seen, I've known him for like 3 years, but before that, he has kind of grown to, like, he's not just with that I have watched him grow. So it started from basement gig, did basement gig first,
Yeah.
then Red Wolf. He worked
Good
on like
times.
ads for Airtel, couple of. Is a brain. I promise you, this guy is smart man. He did some things with
shy.
Airtel, then he moved to Boomplay.
Yeah, film player.
Yeah, so Boomplay. How long did you have Boomplay? How long were you at Boomplay?
I did a year and a half at Boomplay.
Damn,
A year
that's
and a half before.
so from
Right.
Boomplay he now moved to. Where are you now? Let them know in case
Well-
they are looking for distro.
We're at the Orchard. That's where we are.
So
Yeah,
we didn't finish it.
Orchard, West Africa, a division of Sony Music Entertainment.
Deola, what do you do there? Let them know.
I'm the senior label manager.
Why did you hide
That's
it?
Orchard.
My question is, why did you hide it?
I see. I these days, yeah, I'm afraid to introduce myself.
It's good.
These days. I don't say anything until somebody will ask, and I'll whisper, say, no, address the whole room. Everybody like, hey, bro, I'm
Wow,
like, no.
Famzin,
I
do
don't.
that. Do just that.
So yeah,
So yeah, I think it's very interesting that I have seen how much he has grown, and I just want you to kind of like talk to people about your journey and like how where you were when you started and where you are now. He's pushing 30, just know that. Just in case. Birthday is in a few days.
you didn't need to know that.
Just they do.
I promise you, they could have done without that information. Yeah, I'm going through my 30 life crisis.
Not 30.
Warming up. Yeah, no, warming up to it. So yeah, I mean, from uni, I studied law in uni. But,
Crazy.
Yeah, very crazy. Very terrible decision. Well, from my third year, I got distracted. So from my third year, actually, let me just be honest. My first year, I do rap. I deceived myself that
OMG.
I can bust flows.
Sorry, no vex. YP.
Thanks. Right? But when you go to a school like uni like that, all sorts of talents, all sorts of musicians go to school, you never realize that this rap thing.
It's not for me.
So
I'm gonna try other things.
So I had a couple of friends that were really dope. They don't make music anymore, but then they were really dope rappers. So we used to roll together. I mean, so after I realized that this rapping thing is not for me, I then said, you know what? But I was still very much interested in music. I love music. I love listening to it. I love putting things together, the whole creative side. So I was like, I'm just going to see what I can do behind
This
the
thing.
scene. So I kind of became like their manager / A&R / brand strategist / whatever. Not like I knew anything, but how it is in uni now. It's just anywhere belly face, we move and stuff. So from there, we started just trying to find our way, And luckily for me, my older sister was into PR at the time. So she worked for a company that used to do like activations for Chocolate City, all them labels, all them. So I used to follow her. I used to be like a PA, right? So I used to follow her. That's why I met a lot of people. Did like a ton of networking, like a shit ton of networking and stuff. So, and I started learning on the job. So by my third year, I got my first job doing social media marketing and management. That time, I was still collecting like 30K, but I mean, for a year, 3 students, that's mad.
That's good.
Right, and stuff. So by my final year was when I joined Basement Gig. So the company that runs Basement Gig is called its own agency, owned by Osage.
Okay.
And stuff. So I mean, I saw an ad on my timeline that they're looking for a talent manager. I'm like, hey, no, I'm no foul now. What's the worst that can happen? They'll say no. I put it, and luckily for me, Osage is someone that really respects young people. She loves working with young people.
Okay.
Any given time, her team is always filled with like really, really young people. The people that are just finishing uni.
Fresh minds.
Exactly. So that's what she's always after. So it was a no-brainer for the fact that I even had experience already.
Okay.
It was a no-brainer. So at the time, not just Basement Gig where we're doing, we're also managing Timaya, Reminisce, Dakwa to Burner, Bella Lubu, Good Girl Ellie at the time. So we're managing those artists. So Ola Dips as well. So I was in charge of Timaya as well. So I was in charge of handling Timaya's record labels, social media accounts. I was in charge of handling bookings for him,
Okay.
as well as creating content for the basement gig and talent management. So, but at that time, because I studied law, I didn't really have like proper education
Okay.
on
The music business.
music or marketing. Like I said, I just did learn on the job. I was
Yeah.
just frauding my way through that stuff. So that's why I decided to take a course at O2 Academy. It was a digital marketing course and strategy
Okay.
and stuff. So it's like the plan was to do that and then go back to Osage and stuff. So I did that for about 5 months. At the end, I had all these ad agencies looking for me.
Oh wow.
So because the school is well connected, so all these agencies usually come to the school.
School.
So they see what students are working on. So like an open day type of thing where
Yeah.
you present like a final project and stuff. So it was from that day, I had like 5 different agencies reach out to me that, oh, we really want you to, like, it wasn't an interview type of thing,
Okay.
or like, we want you to work for us, not as an intern, full-time staff. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's not
okay.
so many offers.
Do you understand? So I was like, I can't just let this opportunity go because I want to do music and stuff. So the provost of the school at the time was my mentor. He was like, bruh, even if you're going to do a year or two, just do
have
it.
the
Like, you
experience.
get a lot of experience. I'm like, okay. So that's when I went to Red Wolf.
Wow. How many
Red
years
Wolf.
were you there for?
2.5 years.
Wow.
2.5 or 2 years. I was there for 2 years. And stuff. So doing strategy and creatives for Airtel, Multina, Nokia. Yeah, those are like major brands that I worked on, Airtel, Multina, and Nokia. Yeah, so it was all them Airtel ads, the ones that ran throughout, I think, from 2019 to 2021. Worked on all those, same for Nokia, same for Airtel. But I was still...
There was this Airtel ad
The
that
444, the
yes.
jingle, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was crazy because
I know my
it
mom
was...
always used to say, Deolas work.
I think it was such a joke. I remember the day we wanted to have like a brainstorm session and stuff. So we was bands,
Yeah.
right? We started playing around with this because funny thing I used to say is 444 is a metaphor. That's just a joke, right? I'd seen it. I don't know who tweeted it. It was one of these loose-guarded people on Twitter that tweeted it before.
Yeah.
So when they said, "Oh, the code is 444," I just started shouting, "444 is a metaphor." Then somebody else said,
That's a vibe.
"Why don't we do a jingle?" Everybody laughed. Then
It's
everybody
funny
kept
at
quiet.
first. You dip it.
Dip it. And that was the period when Naramali was scattering the streets.
Oh wow.
Legwork was the
Going
thing.
crazy.
So it's like, this thing can fit. So initially we wanted to get Naramali to do it.
Oh.
But I think he had some serious controversy. So the brand said no, they don't want to. So that's why we got like the babe that's doing adulthood dance camp. She was the one that voiced it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Guys were so confused that was Tenny.
Yeah, everybody thought it was Tenny.
I'm so happy you're clarifying that because I still had this argument recently.
Yeah, so it was Ladi that voiced it and stuff. So we just came with the 4/4. So in-house we had a guy that used to write lyrics. So he just expanded on it. 4/4 is a metaphor. You can describe for it. But we wanted that 4/4 is a metaphor to be like the punchline and stuff. So we just ran with it. We produced it. The rest is history and stuff. So it was a great one and stuff. So yeah. But while I was there, I was still very much active in the music scene and stuff. Because I have a lot of friends there. So I mean, I used to either just maybe advisory role, and then I used to be super reckless. I'm always reckless now.
That's changed.
I used to tweet recklessly and stuff. So it was towards the end of 2021. No, 2020. That's when one of the bosses at Boomplay reached out as well, like, oh, like they want me to come on board. I was like, huh?
Wow.
Because the funny thing is, Boomplay is always somewhere I wanted to work.
Yeah.
Like so Boomplay, Spotify, Adidas. So my list of places that I really love to work with. So when
Adidas, call him.
Yeah, call me and stuff. So like a year. So the thing is, a year before, while I was still doing my course, I met the one of the directors at Boomplay. So I just told her that, oh, like I would really love to, but then I didn't have level, I didn't have leg.
Yeah.
So she was just like, let's see how it goes. So I mean, I don't know whether she was keeping an eye on me or because I'd done like she had been reaching out to me to do like personal work for her and stuff.
Okay.
So after a while, she was like, you know what?
Let's
Let's join
as well.
the bandwagon. So yeah, Boomplay was a mad experience for me, man. Because I got to meet people that's in my life I don't think I'll have ever met them. I mean,
African giants.
bruh,
Burna Boy.
it was crazy. Like different people. Normally is such a vibe. My
I'm
God,
crying.
all these guys.
Nara is definitely one of those people that I really want to just experience. I really want to experience him.
I know everybody doesn't like him now, but Kiss Daniel is a vibe. I'm
People
sorry.
are vexing this.
I know people are vexing for him, but no, that guy is a vibe. I loved my time when because we did like this series of ads for Big Brother last year, where we shot like 20 artists and stuff. So it was a mad experience and stuff. So, my intention was to stay at Boomplay for a long time, but my growth was faster than I expected, right? Because funny thing is, even before I joined Orchard, I had a couple of offers from some other companies, but it just didn't make sense. But this Orchard one, level-wise and financial-wise, I was like, more.
I might as
You
well.
understand? I can't say no though, and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that I've gotten from everything that you've said, and one thing that I really noticed, like when we're talking, when we're literally just having conversations, is the consistency.
Yeah.
Like you're such a go-getter, like might as well just do it. And I think that's one thing that people really need to learn, like just go for it.
Yeah. So
what's that can happen?
That's like my motto. I think in a day I say that thing at least twice. What's the worst that will happen? I mean, so yeah, I just feel like, because people like, oh, I can't do this because I'm not ready. I don't have the experience.
Just go for it.
It's 2022. You can learn anything on the job.
I promise you. If they told me last year that I was going to be a writer, I'll say
that. Don't worry. Anything you can learn on the job. If they are saying something that I don't understand, just pick your phone. Just type it in.
Might as well.
So there's too much knowledge. There's too much people. A lot of people that have done what you're trying to do already.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's a lot.
They didn't die. That's what's important.
You get so for me, there's nothing that I think of doing and I won't do it because I'm afraid of, because no, it's like, do it. If I fail, I'll learn from that failure and try again and stuff. So yeah, so I've been at Orchard for about 4 months now. Wow. It's been a ride, man. It's been a different experience for me because this is my first continental role. All my roles have been Nigeria. It's like, so it's a West African role and stuff. So it's a step up for me. So pretty much Ghana, Nigerian artists, I work with them on their projects, their releases, and all that stuff. So yeah, and Orchard is trying to expand in Africa, so there's going to be a lot of things coming the second half of the year.
Oh wow.
From us and stuff. So yeah, I mean, so far so good.
That's good. That sounds really good.
It's been really great.
It's very exciting. I learned quite a lot. I didn't really know a lot of things that you just said. But yeah, that's really cool. So let's kind of get into why we are here. To dissect issues. Okay, so I kind of wanted to talk about this one thing that I always think about, and I kind of wanted to talk about because I know that you've like had experiences working with artists.
Yeah.
Like you said, you work with Ghanaian artists, work with Nigerian artists. You've experienced people.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to talk about was this God complex with artists. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just a thing in Nigeria, but I don't know. But I think there's just something about Nigeria. I work with artists as well, so like I experience these people like day to day, and I can tell you that some people are just not mannered. Like that's just the truth. That you just don't have any manners.
Yeah.
I don't know and it's a God complex thing at the end of the day. Like you believe that like you're better than everybody.
Yeah, a lot of them have that and stuff.
So I kind of wanted to understand: is this a thing that is just in Nigeria because of how like? Because you know that in Nigeria, even security guard, once you put them in a high position, everybody just wants to ride you.
Straight
so
up.
Is that a thing of it's just Nigeria, or you believe like that's a thing everywhere as well?
So it's a thing everywhere. I'll start with that. But why it's different in Nigeria is because the way most artists come out, it's from nothing.
Like grace to grace.
Because a lot of artists usually do it by themselves, right? So that's why that complex comes. In more established settings, you have an entire label, right? They are the ones that will find you when you are nothing, when you are struggling. They will find you, they will groom you, and then they will back you, and then you blow. So obviously, the higher you get, the more well, what's it called, popular you are, it's natural that you feel some type of way. But it's more in Nigeria because for most artists, they had to do it themselves.
Okay.
Right? They had to hustle themselves. So when they now get theirs, you see, that's why you hear many Nigerians, many artists, I don't want to call names, that say, I did it myself. Nobody helped me.
Nobody helps me.
I'm a one-man
Indie artist.
I'm a one-man, bruh.
Indie
I'm
artist.
a one-man army. You get, there's that sense of, I struggle to get here. Now that I'm here, you get, like I've arrived. You can't chat shit to me and stuff, which shouldn't be so, right? And then we take a lot of bullshit in this part of the country. And I know this is something we're going to talk about later, but I'll use shows as an example, right? An artist says, my show is going to start 9 p.m. and they don't come out till 3 a.m. By that 3 a.m., Nigerians are still there, waiting patiently. Artists will come out, everybody loses their mind. They don't do that in other markets. I don't care who you are, be God. If you say you are going to be on stage 9 o'clock,
you must be there.
If you want to misbehave, 9:30, you have to be on stage. And what's called venue owners, they give you 8 to 12. By 12 o'clock, they off the lights. They can't send them who is there. So there are systems that keep people in check.
Okay.
We don't have that here. So that's why artists can misbehave, do anyhow, right? For instance, in other countries, if an artist does something wrong, they will arrest them. You go to jail, you go to court, you go to jail. Here, if you do something wrong, you can always mention him, like that guy that had that thing at Cubana.
I know, it's so crazy.
It's disappeared now.
Literally.
Do you understand? So it's little things, not little, it's things like that feeds their ego. Is I can actually do anything, I get away with it.
There's no law.
Do you understand? Like most of them feel like, and because most of them fraternize with politicians and government personnel, that's where that complex comes from. That's at the top, right? But and I'm talking for artists that are established. But I've seen artists that are just on the come up. Maybe they've had one single that is doing all right. And are doing like this.
It's so crazy to me.
It's mental. It pisses me off.
It's so sick. Like, I personally just don't see why you should just be rude to people. It's so unacceptable.
Yeah, like, okay, even if you want to be rude, like, think about the people you are being rude to. Personally, I'm just saying this for myself. I don't want to say it for other people. There's no artist that I would accept their BS. Like, if you're rude to me, I won't accept it. I'll put you in your place. Right? Not because I am a god or anything. It's because I'm not a groupie.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for handouts. We're supposed to be partners. Right? I've had experiences where I'm trying to distribute your content and you are doing me like
Kuku happy packets.
Do you understand? Like I'm trying to serve you rice, like you're hungry and
it's so crazy.
I'm like, it's fine. If this is how you want to treat your content, no wahala now. You're going to look each other.
Abi.
You understand and stuff. So I don't get it and stuff. And I think for me, I've worked with a number of artists. I've met a number of artists that kudos to them. They're very level-headed. For instance, Fireboy. I'll never forget the first time I met Fireboy. Wanted to present a plaque when I was at Boomplay to him. And then a lady on the YBNL team, he addresses her as Auntie. I've forgotten her name. It shocked me. I was shocked. I think her name is Sheon. Call her Auntie Sheon. I like.
You know, ask them if you are related.
Do you understand? I was shocked. And she's one of YBNL staff.
No.
I was like, bruh, people like that, he's just like that. He doesn't. I don't think he realizes that he's a superstar.
I know there's a couple of them like that as well. Like, but that's the thing. There are just so many more people that there's a higher number of people that just don't care compared to the people that care. And it's just like, you can just be like, you won't die if you're nice to people. Like,
I mean, it's for me, and it's the same thing with artists and athletes, right? It's because you have a cult following, you have a fan base. People are screaming your name.
There's that.
Right? On social media, people are fighting for you. Right? If they tweet wrong about you, people are mobbing like you get and stuff. It feeds the ego.
Yeah.
Naturally. But for me, there's a difference between embracing your popularity and being disrespectful.
Yeah.
There's
definitely
a big difference. You don't have to be rude. right? You obviously people recognize you as a star. People recognize you as someone that's popular.
I don't have to say it.
Do you understand? Doesn't mean you have to shit on people. Doesn't mean you have to be rude and disrespectful.
It's so crazy. Something happened not recently, but like last year, like towards the end of last year. And one of these artists, somebody was rude to myself and my colleague. So we had a shoot. And next thing you just go, we are not in the mood to shoot.
Bars.
I don't understand. You don't get. It's like I was just like, I don't understand. I was perplexed. I was confused.
Yeah.
Well, you don't wake up and say you're not in the mood to shoot. Why'd you come here? You come here to play. Now that's not the worst part. So that happened, and literally like a couple of months after, my sister had a shoot with the same person.
Yeah.
The same thing happened. He just stormed out and left. He's not in the mood. Like, are you okay?
Like it's something I've experienced before, and that's why I'm very careful when I'm interacting. If I want to schedule something, right? I ask a lot of questions.
I do.
Like, this day, is it okay for you? Like, what else do you have to do that day? Right? Am I going to have like your undivided attention? Is this you want to breeze in and breeze out type of thing? Or you are going to be there and you do this thing properly and then you leave? All that information would help me to understand the artist's frame of mind.
Yeah.
Because I've experienced a situation where we scheduled for today. You didn't give me any prior information.
Yeah.
It's fine to cancel.
Yeah.
The day before is, I'm not feeling up to it. I apologize. Can we do this? No problem. I mean, you're a human being. It's casual. Me too. My own job, they will arrange meeting tomorrow. I'm not feeling up to it. Let's do another day. It happens. But on the day, you then come in and then you are on some starboy things.
It just doesn't work.
I don't feel like shooting.
What does that mean? You're here for a shoot. What do you mean you don't feel like doing it? It's your job.
In scenario like that, I'll give you a piece of my mind. Straight up. And so that's why there's some jobs I can't do. Right? And stuff. So let me give you an instance. So while we're shooting ads, the boom play
last year.
For Big Brother, I had a category one artist, right? We had already arranged to shoot. We had set up. We had arranged for 12, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. When it was 3 p.m., I told all of them, just pack your
gadgets,
your
equipment.
Guys, please, he's coming. I say, yeah, sure, no wala. Guys, pack up. No, he'll be here now. Don't worry.
Everyone's packets.
Put it inside the car. It's fine. We left.
Because waste people's time.
I don't see if tomorrow I become a brand manager, and I'm paying you to be an ambassador, you hate me. So far I've paid you for your service.
You must do it.
You hate me and stuff. So that's why a lot of times when people call to ask for advice on what kind of artist or which artist to sign for their brand, there are few artists that I pick, and it's not even I'll pick a Fowls or a Black Bones or a Fireboy or a Joe Boy, because these are level people that they're professional. They know that if we're here to do something, we're here to do something.
Period.
They can be throwing a tantrum from outside.
Once you get inside.
But they step, hi everybody, what's good? What are we here to do?
Do
Are they
it.
going to go as well?
Do it and
They
go.
do it. As soon as they exit that door, they continue that tantrum.
Yeah.
Do you understand? There's that level of professionalism and stuff. It's sometimes I feel for artists because they have a shit ton to do.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
You are traveling from country to country.
It's exhausting.
You are doing show. You are doing interviews. You are shooting music video. You are doing features. You have to attend to your personal life. I mean, there's a social media angle. Everybody wants something from you. 1001 brands are calling you. It gets crazy. But then again, this is the life you signed up for. Right? That's why I always preach when like an artist is new and I have an opportunity to be there when they're doing like the developments. I always tell them like, look, your life is going to change. Right? You're going to get to the point where you're going to have it up to here. Right? The more successful you are, the more you have to do. See, Korean even tweeted it. Now that he dropped this Ijola Balaba song, he has barely had 4 hours of sleep.
Shit.
Because you are performing, like, it's hot.
Yeah.
You are performing every single
back
place.
to back, same song.
Every single radio station, TV station, YouTube channel wants to interview you, they want to do content piece with you and your song, you have to keep right, and you can't tell anybody no.
Fortunately,
that's the thing. So far they're adding value to you, you can't say no. Do you understand that stuff? So I think it's a thing of training. A lot of artists don't have training.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely something I want to talk about as well.
They don't have the training. They don't have that, whether it's media training or appearance training. Right. There are artists that I know that personality-wise, behind the scenes, like they are very disgusting, like personality-wise. But when they step out in the open, it'll be like angel. Because there's that orientation. It's look, this nasty attitude is for your pockets. Keep it in the house. Keep it for your family. Keep it for people that relate with you back end. But when you are in public, when you are at a show, when you're going for a show, when you are going for an interview, you smile.
And be happy.
You greet everybody.
I'll be happy.
You be happy. You are joyful.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's that training. It's a lot that artists need. A lot of training.
Even with like shows, like show culture in Nigeria, there's also that. It's also very ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, you have a show. You just show it scheduled for 3 p.m. I mean
9 p.m.
9 p.m. 10 p.m. You're supposed to come out by 9 p.m. 10 p.m. You come out by 3 a.m. Why? Like, what's the reason? I don't understand. And it's that particular. I think we've even had this conversation like randomly before.
So it's
that particular thing just doesn't. I don't understand. Like, what's the concept? I get that things can happen.
Yeah.
But then, one thing I also noticed is that people just don't care. Like, people just don't care enough to respect their fans. And at the end of the day, that's respect. It's just respecting the people that actually give you money to eat. Because my stream is what you're using to
100%.
eat. At the end of the day, me paying for this show is what you are using to feed your family.
That 5K.
So it's just crazy that like you don't even respect people enough. And Nigerian, I feel like people who, like you said, don't even respect themselves enough to know that this is crazy.
It's wrong. And this may sound condescending, but it's the truth. We're in a poor country, right? You have Emeka coming from Abule Egba because he wants to see his favorite artist. He has saved up for 2 months to gather 10 to 15K to pay for the show. He will come from Abule. You enter Boso from Abule Egba.
I ain't going nowhere.
Come all the way to a cool hotel suite to watch favorite artist. You get there by 8. You get there by 8. Now, Emeka would by 11. Emeka look at the time. If I go back, I'm finished. And I will not see my favorite artist after coming all the way, after paying. No.
I wait.
I will wait. And I will have fun.
I must.
It's 4 a.m. And that's the majority of people that are there have that mindset.
And it's the truth, honestly. Like the same thing happened when I went for Afrochella in Ghana last December. Like I literally went there to just see Wiz. It's funny, I hadn't seen Wiz perform before that.
Yeah,
like
so
that year.
A lot of people are like that.
I said I'm not going.
No, we die here. If you like, come out.
Wiz didn't come out till 3 a.m. I was so frustrated when I got back home. Like, why did I wait? I could have watched it on YouTube.
I myself, I've done similar things back then. I will wait. I was in Unilags, well, all of us were there, so we'll go back to hostel. No, we there, right? But there are a lot of the contributing factors to it. So the first factor, and this happens during December, because of the limited venues for shows.
Yeah.
If December, you know that it's either a hotel or Federal Palace. What's this? Morio Konla.
Yeah.
Where else? Federal Palace, Bas Bamora. There's this live sports place now.
Okay, yeah.
Freedom Way, that's new. That's like 4 venues. And we have, how many shows do we have in December? A shit
every
ton.
day, back to back.
So now look at it this way. I do my show. I finish my show at 3 a.m. No, 4 a.m. Right? They will now have to dismantle the stage and the setting. That will take another 4 or 5 hours. That's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, after that.
And somebody else has their own show. By 10 o'clock, they are still dismantling the show from. Now those ones now have to build their own stage from scratch.
That's how many hours?
I'll take hours. I'll give you, so 20, end of last year. End of last year, yes. Me and AY. We went for that guy's show. Yeah. And I'm not joking, by 11:45, when we were at the entrance, I was hearing bah, bah, bah. They were still knocking
Oh damn.
nail on the stage. They had not finished constructing the stage. That's how bad it was. So there's that problem of venues, right? If we had a lot of venues, it's easier to control, setting, time, you're comfortable. But people are working on the go. So that's like the first issue that a lot of show promoters have. That's one. Another issue is, right, let's even say that's a problem, right? Put it on the time. Let everybody know. I think that's like the one issue I have it. You cannot put 6 p.m. on your flyer and start by midnight and you think you're okay.
It's not fair.
It's wrong. Just put midnight there. Whoever will show, will show. I promise you. I guarantee you. Right? If you put, at least I already have my mind. A lot of people would say, okay, 6. Even if they want to be badly behaved, 8. How many hours is the show? 2 to 3 hours. I'll be out there by 11. I'm home by 12. A lot of people don't have the luxury of moving out at night in this country.
Especially in here.
Do you understand? A lot of people don't have that luxury. Right? So let them have that mindset. Okay, 12 o'clock. I'll just be there till 6. Then in the morning, I'll go home. Do you understand? It helps to have that mindset. If not, you have people just complaining and complaining and
doing the same thing.
And then obviously there's the artists themselves. Right? Even the show
if the event is not full, I can't pay for it. What are you talking about?
They can't start. The venue, there's people still coming in. We will not start.
I think it confuses me. That particular mindset confuses me because people are here to see you, whether they are 2 or they are 2 million. At the end of the day, respect people.
And then I even tell people is okay, if that's the case, split your sets.
There's that too.
Do first set.
Put people in the middle. Do
second set. So by second set, when you want to perform the
hits,
your bangers, everybody is alive. There are always ways around these things and stuff. And like I said, these guys, they go to other countries. You can't try that in other countries.
You really can't.
No. If they tell you 7, I say if you want to be badly behaved, like say, I'm actually mad, it's 7:30 we start your show. That's you being mad, though. And they will still shout at you. That was wrong. You said 7.
7 is 7.
You understand? Bruh, these guys, 2 hours before the events, they are there. They will do sound check. They are there waiting
sound
for
check,
their
he
set.
waits.
But then we come back home and then, it starts misbehaving. And then, like we said, it's us ourselves, right? I've seen times when, so let's just call the guys Mr. Keys, right? The show he did
not Mr. Keys
in the US where he was 4 hours late, that they were throwing bottle at him, that they were stunning. One of my friends from uni was there. I said, like, bro, people were angry,
upset.
Like, he was performing, everybody would look at him like, what are you doing? Like, we're done. We're not even interested again.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I was like, that won't happen here.
Artists
come out. Everybody will go low and Bugawa and stuff. But now he has gone to Tanzania.
Those East Africans don't joke.
So
like those people don't joke.
The thing about East Africans is it's a mixture of they don't joke and there's this passive aggression towards Nigerians.
Yeah. There's that.
There's that Nigerians do the most. Nigerians, we believe that we are the superior African race and stuff, right? So any opportunity to
just pick hold, yeah.
And unluckily, the funny thing, the show promoter was actually Nigerian.
Oh, you said that guy was Nigerian.
So that's why he was pained. He was pained, like, why are you doing this to me? And stuff.
It's grating me.
And then he says because your baggage was lost, your jewelry. Like, come on
just
now.
Like,
that just makes it worse.
I don't say anything.
You get and stuff. And honestly, in as much as I don't like to see things like this happen, I think it's necessary so that lessons can be learned. People just wake up.
Exactly.
Lessons have to be learned because if these guys keep on going on without, because for why I say this is because Afrobeats generally we're at a very sensitive point.
Yeah, very.
Where we are exporting a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Like see this summer, like a lot of Nigerian artists have been touring in Europe and America, performing all them festivals and stuff. Right. It's very important for them, and not just even the like being there on time. Is the performance itself, right? Because again, aside from coming late, we always have a lot of shit performances. As I personally, I don't go for shows anymore in Nigeria. If I'm going for a show, it's because I was personally invited.
Yeah, fair.
Or you are bringing a foreign artist that I love. That's the only time you see me at a show, because there's nothing to see again, right? Just lip syncing, bad sound, which I don't blame them for, right? Bad sound, lip syncing, very lethargic performances and stuff. So a lot of them have to start putting in that effort, because you're no longer we're no longer a Nigerian artist. Like, we're now global artists. We're
Yeah.
not producing global artists,
Fair
right?
enough.
The way that they're consuming your music here, same they're consuming music in Canada, in the US, in France, and you go there and perform. And these guys are used to a certain standard, right? That's why. So during what show was it that they were calling out Buju and Omale?
Oh shit, I can't remember.
I
Was
forgot
it Afro Nation?
Was it wireless? Wireless.
Wireless.
It was wireless. It was wireless, right? They call them out because these guys are used to a certain standard. I mean, you watch Ed Sheeran perform, you watch Travis Scott perform.
Yeah, I know.
You watch all these
I
guys.
really want to attend the Travis Scott
Right,
performance.
bruh,
It's
so much.
crazy.
You watch all these guys give proper performances, and then you have
Person from downtown.
do you understand? So your mind, you're looking like, the fuck is this and stuff. And these guys,
It's underwhelming.
just and it's bad, because there's Afrobeats. We've been hearing about Afrobeats. Let's even see what they can do on stage, and then you come out, and then you are panting on stage because you ran from here to here.
The thing is, I think, like you said, Afrobeats is at a very sensitive place, and we need to and artists, the people that are translating the music to the audience, needs to realize that. Like, I don't think we have realized where we are at, because here now we're at a point of either we get it or we don't.
We don't, exactly. So that anyhowness has to go, man.
We need to chill.
It has to go, because you can't be misbehaving up and down.
It's fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, so thank you so much,
Yeah.
Deola. Thank you for taking time out to speak to me. I really appreciate it. For time out of your long day.
Yeah, man, it's been a long day.
You didn't go to work.
I did go to the office.
Oh, fair.
I've been going up and down, meeting some people that want bags.
Fairs.
I don't deserve the bags.
People should ask Adela for your bags, by the way.
You ask me for bag. I do not give you bags.
Don't offer free bags.
No, it's conditional bags. So but thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching another episode of. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Osikoya Speaks, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.